Namaste. Good morning. Can't find my stuff. Where's my stuff? It's right in front of me. Hare Krishna Manantra. Shri Agni Namahu. Namaste. Shri Krishna Namahu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's cloudy today. Wondering if I need more light. We'll see. So how's everyone this morning? 아나 베코악 게둘랏 예미네카 딱딜 제루러 가벨 리낫 아메카 사그베누 따하레누 노라 나 기볼 도르쉐이 이후데카 게바밭 쇼무렘 마카스반 Tekukun Hanefesh 깨떨 호크마 비나 카셋 개구랑 대파랏 나짝 hold. Yes, hold. 말슛. Should I have to do it all over again? Sorry. I went on the wrong order. It'll be quicker because I've done it. Okay, yeah, protection. I have to do Tikukun Hanefesh all over again. It'll be quicker. Mark Kasavan. Okay. Tikukun Hanefesh. Gatel. Hokuma. Bina. chesed. Gevurah. Tiferet. Nachak. Hod. Yesod. Malchut. Barilkem, Taharem, Rakhamei, Jidkateka, Damit, Gomulem, Katsin, Gatosh, Berov, Dubeka, Nahel, Adateka, Yakit, Ge, Le Ameka, Bene, Zokrei, Gedushateka, Shabatenu, Gabel, Ushma, Jaakatenu, Yodea, Ta'alumot. 나왔을 it was the longest 22 minutes of Kabbalah prayer. Usually it's 17 minutes. I'm in a lot of trouble in different ways, financially, living wise, etc., etc., etc. And I've come to a point where I've stopped thinking about them. Where's my stuff? Oh. You know, it helps not to think about it sometimes. Maybe not all the time, but yeah, there's a limit with me. And somewhere inside it says, I don't care anymore. Does that mean annihilation? Well, first off, I'm non-violent. The Sanskrit that comes out of my mouth can harm evil people. That's about it, though. So I must utter a lot of meaningful Sanskrit. 2 hours a day, 6 days a week, with English translations. It's maybe 1 hour and 15 minutes of Sanskrit reading. 1 hour and 20 minutes, maybe. 1 hour and 25 minutes of Sanskrit reading daily, 6 days a week. And I write the Hare Krishna mantra 6 days a week. Not 2 6s. What else says 6? I chant every day, but once I'm healthier or once I'm alive again, then probably just 6 days a week. Probably, I'm not sure. It's getting more fun. It's becoming like a toy for adults or saints or Shatan. This mic could never. Maybe I could. Is that better? Yeah, no, I was too close. Never mind. And what you're looking at is Devanagari or written Sanskrit. This is Sanskrit. Okay. Namaste. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namaste. Okay, so maybe I'll take a couple of minute break and then do Sanskrit studies. Is the light enough here? Can I read? I need more light. So I'm gonna say I'm taking a break. So what's going on in the world? What's going on today? I'm trying to wear a yarmulke like a bidet or something. Sorry, wrong word. What is it? Beret. That's what I meant to say. A beret. I'm trying to wear a yarmulke like a beret. I said bidet. That's satanic for you. Wrong choice of the worst kind. Way to live up to your name, Satan. Alright, so I'm gonna read you the today's top stories, just to keep up with the world. A potential Israel-Hezbollah ceasefire deal has emerged. Here's what to expect. Mexico suggests it would impose its own tariffs to retaliate against any Trump tariffs. Dr. Mehmet Oz, Trump's pick to run Medicare, pushed unproven health cures. Oil snakesman. Analysis: Trump plan to use military and deportations should stand up in court. 31 rescued after tourist boat sinks off Egyptian coast. Cold Turkey, Arctic blast to chill much of US after Thanksgiving. New rule allows HIV positive organ transplants. Walmart pulls back on DEI effort to remove some LGBTQ merchandise from website. Died of a broken heart. Anna missing woman Hana Kobayashi explains father's death. Yeah, I've watched the YouTube news about that. Or the news was on YouTube. It was a legit news channel on YouTube. Okay, so let me pull up the files. Am I advertising myself? Yeah, I am. Some things you just gotta do it over and over and over until you get it. It doesn't work well with humans, but with like learning things, just have to do it over and over. Take one day off a week, do it 6 days a week. Man, you gotta do it over and over and over and over. 2 years later, you see like tiny spark of light and like, oh my God, it's a miracle. Like you've been trying every day for 2 years. Okay. So I'll remind you again that December 13th, Friday the 13th in December is approaching in about 2.5 weeks. That's 17 days from now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yep, exactly 17 days from now. Friday the 13th in December. December 13th, the Friday. December the 13th, Friday. What's gonna happen? I'm hoping for good things. And then 13 will be my favorite number, I guess, from then on. What if I really heal instead of, being like right now, which is half dead or half alive, whatever you call it. Alright. I'm running out. And if you follow Hinduism, today is Ekadashi for those in the East Coast today, which means no eating. And if you must eat, you must not eat rice, wheat, grains, and beans and beans and legumes. So no rice, no grains, no beans and no legumes if you must eat something. Best not to eat anything according to Shri. Shri means Lord. Nityananda. Nityananda was an incarnation of Yan Oshan, which is another name for Jesus. And Nityananda was spending some time in India, and people asked him, why do you drink wine and call yourself a saint? And yeah, so the best thing to do for Ekadashi, Ekadashi literally means 11, or the 11th day, if you will. So that's the 11th day from the new moon, and also the 11th day from the full moon. So you got 2 Ekadashis in a month. And this is, I believe it's the towards the new moon. So it's from the full moon going into the new moon, the 11th from there. The 14th or the 5th, usually the 14th most of the time, is when the new moon changes. From new moon to full moon takes 14 days. So on the 11th day from the full moon, you're doing Ekadashi, and this is November. Hold on, I'm confused. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, so 27th tomorrow, and then so that's 11, 12, 13, 14th day, that's Saturday, that's the 30th, and that's new moon according to Indian Panchang or Hindu Panchang, which is, it's not done astronomically, it's done through calculations, I believe. So this is, so the world you live in is sort of mathematical in a sense. So they don't even look at anything, they just calculate. And yeah, tomorrow, according to the calculation, is the 30th, not tomorrow, the Saturday, the 30th is the new moon day. And today is the 11th day from the full moon. Okay. Almost there, and then after this I'm gonna do Garuda Purana. Let me just put that up now. Garuda Purana, chapter 6. Chapter 6, I believe, sort of concludes all the hells described by God, or Vishnu in this case, or Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord. And I'm gonna recite the Garuda Purana until I heal. So this is like either forever or until a better thing happens. Okay. I'm ready. So Garuda Purana, and you just have that up for a reference. I'm using this, I'm just showing you what I'm using, that as a reference. You see that Sanskrit there, it's not very clear, so I don't rely on it. But if I need help from the printed text, which is this, and I showed you before, if I need help from this, I'm gonna look up the digital copy. But yeah. Today is chapter 6, and once again, I believe it concludes all the hells described by the Supreme Lord. It's very short, it's 43 shlokas, not verses. Shloka. Shloka consists of 2 verses, or 2 sentences. Here we go. Namaste. Nata shashatotiayahu Garuda Uvacha Katamut Padyate Ma Tuljatore Naraka Gatahu Gaipati Duhakam Yadupukute Yadupumkute Daname Gataya Keshava Vishnu Uvacha 스트리 봄소수두 보라삼게나 니루드테 슈크라 쇼누이테 야타얌 자야테 말디암 스타타 바쿠슈여 미야함 따바 로투마티에 히 바바남 데호트 바트티흐 브라자야테 이넨드라시아 브라흐마하티야 스티 야스밈스 따스미는 디 나트라예 야스밈스 따스미는 디 나트라예 야스밈스 따스미는 디란 나트라예 야스밈스 따스미는 디 나트라예. One more. 야스밈스 따스미는 야스밈스 따스미는 디 야스밈스 따스미는 디 나트라예 프라타메하니 짜는 벌리 드비티에 브라흐마카티니 드르티에 라자키 히에타 나라카 가타마 따라흐 깔마노 다이바네트레노 잔툴다이 호파파트다예 스트리야흐 브라베슈트 우다람 뿜소 라타흐 까노 시라야흐 깔랄람 드베까라 트레노 반짜라 트레노 부드부담 다샤헤나 뚜 깔까는 투흐 배시암는 덤 바 따따흐 바라무 마세나 뚜 시로 드바 피암 바흐 방은가 디앙은가 비그라하흐 바흐 방은가 디앙은가 비그라하흐 나카로마 스티 짤마누이 나카로마 스티 짤마누이 링은가츠 치드로드 파바스트리 피흐 링은가츠 치드로드 파바스트리 피흐 짜툴 필타 따바흐 사브타 반짜 피흐 슈르뜨뚜 뜨르 누드 파바흐 구쇼트 뜨르드 구쇼트 뜨르드 누드 파바흐 셔드필장 셔드 필자라 유너 비다흐 꾸꾸쇼 프라미아티 다쿠슈이누에 마툴작 자그타는 나바나 디아이레 타드타 뚜라 삼마테 마툴자그타는 나바나 디아이레 타드타 뚜라 삼마테 마툴자그타는 나바나 디아이레 타드타 뚜라 삼마테 sorry 마툴자그타는 나바나 디아이레 타드타 마툴자그타는 나바나 디아이레 타드타 뚜라 삼마테 샤테 베는 무드라 열갈때 베는 무드라 열갈때 사 자는 뚫 삼파베 그름의 피허 그셨다 살방 가허 사우쿠마리아 드프라티 그셔너머 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라이티아허 따트라티아이허 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라이티아이허 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라이티아이허 스타트라 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 물제 차마 브노티유로 물제 차마 브노티유로 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라이티아이허 one more 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라이티아이허 물제 차마 브노티유로 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라이티아이허 디우루 클레샤 스타트라티아이 클레샤 스타트라 클레샤 스타트라 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 물제 차마 브노티유로 물제 차마 브노티유로 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 one more 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 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 sorry because I'm not wearing my cape properly. Okay. 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 one more 물제 차마 브노티유로 클레샤 스타트라티아이허 okay, I'll take it. 꾸슈티 따이 모후허 까토티 쿠슈노시노 까토티 쿠슈노시노 라바노루 쿠쇼 물라디 피루를 바노이허 까토티 쿠슈노시노 라바노 까토티 쿠슈노시노 라바노루 쿠쇼 물라디 피루를 바노이허 까토티 쿠슈노시노 까토티 쿠슈노시노 라바노 까토티 쿠슈노시노 라바노루 쿠쇼 물라디 피루를 바노이허 마트르 포크타이루 मातर फोकताइरु पास पुरुषटः मातर फोकताइरु पास पुरुषटः साइबाम गोसथिता गोथित साइबाम गोथिता बेदा나ः 우르바나 삼스르 따스 미는 나는 드라이시정 삼브르 따스 미는 나는 드라이시정 삼브르 따스 미는 나인 삼브르 따스 미는 나는 드라이시정 바히라 부르타흐 세테 그르트반 시라흐 꾸꾸쇼 포그나 뿌르셔터 시로타라흐 포그나 뿌르셔터 시로타라흐 아까르바흐 스방은 가짜슈터 얌 샤꾸는 땅 이방 반자레 따뜨랑 나부타스 모르딜 다이바 드까이 마자는 마샤또 드 파바무 나부타스 모르딜 다이바 드까이 마자는 마샤또 드 파바무 스마라는 딜 가마누츠차 치바삼 스바라는 딜 가마누츠 치바삼 샬마 김 나마 비는다트 나 타마나 러슈일피 따흐 사브다바트리흐 그르탄잘리흐 수투비타 땀 비클라바얀 바짱 야노다렐 피따흐 아라피암 사브다마나마 사르라프타 보토피 사브다마나마 사르라프타 보토피 사브다마나마 사르라프타 보토피 사브다마나마 사르라프타 보토피 베피타흐 나이카트라스테 수디바 타이비시터 푸리바 소다라흐 지바 우바짱 시리바팀 자가다타라마슈파 그쇼야카라카마 자가다타라마슈파 자가다타라마슈파 그쇼야카라카마 브라자미 샤라남 비슈눔 샤라노 가타바트 살라무 드바는 마야 모히토 데헤 따타 부트라 깔라트라케 아함 마마 피마네나 가토함 나타 삼스르티며 그르탐 파리자나시알테 마야 깔마 슈파무 에까기 테나 다그토함 가타스테 팔라파기나흐 야디 요니야 브라무지에함 따트스마리슈에 바담 따방 다무파얌 가리슈미 예나 무크팀 브라자미야함 메는무드라구 베 파티토 다그토함 자터라그니나 일제차는 니또 비바시툼 가당 니리아 시아테 바히흐 얘네들을 샴메 비지냐남 따뜻함 디나다야 루나 따메방 샤라넘 야미 무날메 마스투 삼스르티흐 나짱 닐가는 뚜 미츠차미 바힐갈 파트 가다잖아 야뜨라 야따시야 메 바바깔마노 둘가뜰 파베트 다스마다뜨라 마하드 두허케 스티토피 비가타클라마흐 우드타리 쇼여미 삼사라다트마남테 바다시라야흐 श्री भगवानुवाच एवं कुरुतामि कल्पे दशमास्याः सुतुवानुरुष्विः सादियाः कुष्वी पात्यपाचीनां प्रसूत्यै सुतिमारुतः तेन वासरषतः सहसा कृतवापाकचिरा आतुराः पिनिशकरामाति कृचछन निरुचछवासो हतासमरतिः पातितो भुवि पिनमूत्रे पिषिठ भूरिवा चषटते रोडो याति काते चिन्याने पिपारितां काति काताः कल्पे पियाथौ श्मशाने च पुराणवे या मतिर्भवेत् सा यदि स्थिरतां याति को न मुच्यत बन्धनात् यदा कल्पाद् बाहिर्याति कर्म भोगादनन्तरम् तदैव वैष्णवी माया मोहयत्येव पुरुषम् स तदा मायया सुपरिषितो न किञ्चिद् वदते शवः शैशवादिभवां तुहकं पराधीनतया शृणुते पराचच्छनन्दं न विदुषो पुषूयमानो जनेन सह अनिभिपुरतमापन्नः प्रत्याख्यातुमनीश्वरः शायितो शुचिपर्यङ्के जानन्तु सुबेदा जादु शुइते नेशाः कानुन्दो यानेङ्गानामासानोतथात् न चेषुतने कानुन्दो यानेङ्गानामासानोतथा न चेषुतने 두다는 마트바짬 담샤 마샤카 마투쿠노다야흐 루다는 땀 비가타 지냐남 그르마야흐 그르미감 야탕 이티에밤 샤이샤밤 부그트밤 두학함 바오가는더 메바짜 타토 야바나마사디야 야티 삼바다마수림 타다 두비아사나 사쿠토 니짜 삼가 파라야노흐 शास्त्रात् पुरुषोऽनं च त्वषट स्यात् कामलम्पतः त्रिषट्वा स्त्रियां देवमायां तद्भावैरचित्तेन्द्रियः प्रलोभितः पतत्यनन्थ तमस्याग्नौ पतं गवत् 꾸랑은가 마땅은가 마땅은가 푸릉은가 미나 꾸랑은가 마땅은가 푸릉은가 미나 하타흐 반짜피레바 반짜 반자피레바 반자 고랑은가 마땅은가 마땅은가 푸릉은가 미나 하땅흐 반자피레바 반자 에카흐 브라마디 사카탐 나 하니아테 야흐 세바테 반자피레바 반자 알라브타 피부시토 지냐나 디드 타마니우흐 알라브타 피부시토 지냐나 디드 타마니우흐 슈짱이 삐따흐 사하 데헤나 마네나 팔타마네나 마니우나 까로티 비그라함 까미 시바는 따야 짜트마나흐 말라티카이흐 사하니에땀 자가이라니아이 가조 가자이라니아이 가조 야탕 에밤 요 비쇼야 사크티야 나라트바마띠 둘라파무 브르탄 나차야테 무터스타스마트 바빠따로 히 사흐 장티 샤테슈 라파테 푸비 마누쇼트밤 따트라피 둘라파따람 칼루포 드비자트밤 야스타는나 발라야티 라라야티 는드리야누이 다시야 무르땀 구쇼라티 하스타카땀 브라마다트 타타스땀 부르드타땀 브라피아 마하비아 티사마kulahı 무르티움 브라피아 마하드투하캄 나라캄 야티 볼바바트 에밤 가타이흐 깔마빠 샤이바드타 시짜 빠피나흐 가다피나 일하지 않은데 마야 비모히타흐 이티때 까티타 땅알코슈 빠피남 나라키 까티흐 아는티에슈티 깔마 히나남 아는티에슈티 슈투이 깔마 히나남 김푸야흐 슈로투 미츠 차시 이티 시리가르더 브라노에 사로드타레 바비자는마디 투어카니루바넘 나마 샤실토티아야흐. Hopefully there aren't that many mistakes. Hopefully it's at least 90% accurate. That's what I'm hoping for. Alright, I'm gonna read the English translation and then take a break. Chapter 6. Okay. Oops, sorry. Chapter 6. The Miseries of Birth of the Sinful. Garuda said, "Tell me, O Keshava, how he who returns from hell is formed in the womb of the mother, and what miseries he suffers in the embryonic condition." Vishnu said, "I will tell you how the mortal is born when the male and female elements are bound together by the union of man and woman. In the middle of the menstruation period, in the 3 days on which Inandra incurs the sin of Brahmacide, the body of the sinful begins to form. The mother of one returning from hell is regarded on the first day as an outcast woman, on the second as the murderer of a Brahmin, and on the third as a washerwoman. The creature, in obtaining a body, according to Kaima, the divine eye, enters the womb of a woman, which is the receptacle of a man's seed. In one night it becomes a lump, by the 5th night round, by the 10th day like the fruit of the jujube tree, and after that an egg of flesh. By the first month the head, by the second the arms and other parts of the body are formed, by the third occurs the formation of nails, hair, bones, skin, linga, and other cavities. By the fourth the seven body fluids, by the fifth hunger and thirst arise, by the sixth enveloped by the chorion it moves to the left of the womb. The bodily substances are formed of the foods and liquids of the mother, and the creature at the time of birth lies in the digesting hollow of the loins amid feces and urine. I want to adjust something. Let's not do something drastic. Okay, pretty drastic. By the first month the head, by the second the arms and other parts of the body are formed, by the third occurs the formation of nails, hair, bones, skin, linga, and other cavities. By the fourth the seven bodily fluids, by the fifth hunger and thirst arise, by the sixth enveloped by the chorion it moves to the left of the womb. The bodily substances are formed of the foods and liquids of the mother, and the creature at the time of birth lies in the disgusting hollow of the loins, amid feces and urine. All its limbs bitten constantly by hungry worms, it swoons away repeatedly through excessive pain as they are very tender. Thus enveloped by the womb and bound outside by the sinews, it feels pain all over its body caused by the mother's eating many things, pungent, bitter, hot, salt, sour, and acid. With its head placed in its belly and its back and neck curved, it is unable to move its limbs like a parrot in a cage. There he remembers, by divine power, the karma generated in hundreds of previous births, and remembering, sobs for a long time, obtaining not the least happiness. Having this insight, he, with hands put together, bound in seven bonds, imploring and trembling, adores in plaintive tones him who placed him in the womb. From the beginning of the seventh month, though he gains consciousness, he who is in the womb trembles and moves about because of the parturition winds, like a urine worm. The creature says, I seek refuge in Vishnu, the husband of Shri, the supporter of the universe, the destroyer of evil, who is compassionate to those who come for shelter. I am bewildered by thy magic as regards body and son and wife. Misled by my egoism, I am transmigrating, O Lord. I did good and evil actions for the sake of my dependents, and as a result I am tormented, while they who enjoy the fruits escape. If I am released from this womb, I will lay myself at thy feet, and I will take the means by which I may obtain liberation. Fallen into a wall of feces and urine, I am burnt by the fire of the belly, and anxious to escape from it. When shall I get out? In him alone, who has given me this experience, and is compassionate to the afflicted, will I seek refuge. Let not this transmigration occur to me again. But no, I wish never to come out of the womb, where misery results from my sinful actions. Because remaining even here in great misery, bearing the fatigue, resorting to thy feet, I will keep myself aloof from the worlds of change. The blessed Lord said, he who has thus considered, and has been 10 months in the womb, endowed with insight, while praying, suddenly is cast out head downwards into birth by the winds of delivery. Cast out forcibly, bending down his head, he comes out with anxiety and painfully breathless, and with memory destroyed. Having fallen on the ground, he moves like a worm in excrement. He is become changed in condition, and cries loudly, deprived of knowledge. If the state of mind which arises in the womb, during illness, on the cremation ground, or upon hearing the Puranas were permanent, he would not be liberated from bondage. When he comes out of the womb, after experiencing his karma, then verily the man is bewildered by the magic of Vishnu. Then when he is touched by that magic, powerless, he is unable to speak. He experiences the miseries of infancy and childhood arising from dependence. He is nourished by people who do not understand his wishes, unable to ward off what is thrust upon him against his nature, against his desire. Laying upon a bed, unclean and defiled by perspiration, he is unable to scratch his limbs, to sit, rise, or move. Mosquitoes, gnats, Bugs and other flies bite him, skinless and weeping and deprived of understanding, just as insects bite little worms. In this wise, having experienced the miseries of infancy and of childhood, he reaches youth and acquires evil tendencies. Then he begins evil brooding, mingling in the company of the wicked. He hates the scriptures and good men, and becomes lustful. Seeing a seductive woman, his senses captivated by her blandishments, infatuated, he falls into great darkness, like a moth into a flame. The deer, the elephant, the bird, the bee, and the fish, these five are led to destruction by one of the senses. How then shall the infatuated one not be destroyed, when he enjoys the five kinds of objects by five senses? He longs for the unobtainable, and on account of ignorance becomes angry and sorry, and his pride and anger increase with the growth of his body. The lover makes quarrels with rivals to his own ruin, and is destroyed by those stronger than himself, as one elephant by another. Who is more sinful than the fool who, attached to sense objects, spends in vain the human birth, which was difficult to obtain? After hundreds of lives, one obtains human birth on earth, and even more difficult to obtain is that of a twice-born, and who then only provides for and pampers the senses. Through foolishness lets slip the nectar from his hand. Then, having arrived at old age, he is troubled with great diseases, and death having come, he goes to a miserable hell as before. Thus held fast in the ever-circling noose of Gaima, the sinful, bewildered by my magic, are never released. Thus I have related to you, Dharkushya, how the sinful, deprived of the sacrifices for the dead, go in hell. What else do you wish to hear? Okay, I'm gonna take a short break. Okay, still taking a break. Garuda Purana is like the Surya Namaskara of yoga. It takes a lot of energy. It's considered the unluckiest book in the Vedic literature. And I asked, unlucky for whom? For everyone? I found out the answer is no. It's unlucky. It's the unluckiest book for the sinful, or the most evilly inclined. So if you put yourself on a spectrum of, society, from the worst to the best, and somewhere in between you'll fall. Somewhere, Then it's and if you're towards the good side, say there's a neutral zero in between bad and good, and if you're gearing towards the good, then this book blesses you. If karma owes you money, it'll pay you money. Stuff like that. Basically, it shortens the duration of the karma. So if something took you 20 years to get your revenge back somehow from God, this book makes it so that it takes, if you read it really well, 2 hours. Okay, here we go. So now it's Raghaveda, chapter 163. I think I have it at 168. Oof. Next one is the longest Raghaveda chapter. It's like 30 verses long. They're long verses. One verse is like one shloka. One verse of one shloka is like 1.5 times long, or almost twice as long. Oof. That's tomorrow. Oh boy. Okay, here you go. Namaste. Yadakanananda pratamam jayamana udiyanan samudra dutta bang purishot shenasya pakusho parinosya paho upasututiam mahi jatam te aiban yamena tatetam terita enama yunigun niginendra enama yunaginendra enam pratamo atiatishitat 가는탈보 아시아 라샤나마 그룹푸노트 수라다시밤 라샤나마 그룹푸노트 수라다시밤 one more 라샤나마 그룹푸노트 수라다시밤 바사보 비라타시트 니라타시트 sorry Asi yamo asia ditio aibanan nasi trito kuhiena puratena asi somena samaya pipurakata husute trinui divi banantanani trinuita huldivi banantanani trinuyapusu tri누여는 따흐 사무드레 우테바 메 마루너슈 차는 드 시알바니아드라 바루너슈 차는 드 시알바니아드라 따 아후흐 바라맘 자니드라무 이마 때 빠지는 나바말자나니마 샤파남 사니툴니타나 아뜨라 때 파드라 라샤나 아파시아 모로타시아 야 아피라쿠샤는티 고파흐 아뜨마남 때 마나사라다자나 마보 디바 빠따야는 땀 빠따는 빠땀가무 시롱 우파시암 빠티피흐 수게 피라 레누 필 제하마남 수게 피라 레누필 수게 피라 레누필 제하마남 수게 피라레누 수게 피라레누 필제하마남 빠따뜨리 아트랑아떼 루파무드따마마 빠시암 지기셔마너미셔 아 빠데 고허 야당아떼 말도 아누 포가마랄로 디드그라 시슈트 포가마랄로 디드그라 시슈트 포가마날로 디드그라 포가마날로 디드그라 시슈트 오셔티라지가흐 아니 오셔티라지가흐 I need to double check 163 verse 7 Yep, got it. Cool. 아누 뜨바 라토 아누 마리오 알바는 나누 가보누 파가흐 가니나무 아누 브라다 사스타바 사키야미 요라누 데바 미미레 마미레 비리암떼 히라노 여시릉은 고요 아시야 바다 마노자바 아바라 이는드라 아시트 데바 이다시야 하비라디아마야니오 알바는 땀 프라타모 아티아티시타트 일마는 따사흐 실리카마티아마사흐 삼 슈라노소 디비아소 아티아흐 함상 이바 시레누이쇼 야따는 때 야다 쿠시슐 디비아 마즈마 십마바시바흐 야다 쿠시슐 디비아 마즈마 마시바흐 one more 야다 쿠시슐 디비아 마즈마 마시바흐 따바 샤리람 빠따 예슈너는 발 받는 따바 빠따 예시어는 발 빠따 예시어는 슈는 빠따 예슈너 슈너발 빠따 예슈너발 따는 따바 제트땀 빠따 이바 트라지마느 따바 슈릉은가누이 비슈투이따 브루트라라누에슈 잘푸라노 짜라는 띠 누이에슈 브루트라라누에 우빠 프라가츠 차사남 바지알바 데바드리자 마나사 디티아나흐 아자흐 보로 니야테 아피라시아누 바시자드 까바요 야는띠 레파흐 우빠 프라가드 바라맘 마드사타 스타발 마이밤 야트사타 스타 마이밤 아츠창 삐따람 마따람 짱 아디안 대반 주실따맘 따모 대반 주실따 따모 히 가미안 아타 샤스테 다시쇼에 바리아누이 남았었대요. What time first springing into life thou neest, proceeding from the sea or upper waters. Limbs of the deer hast thou and eagle pinions. O steed, thy birth is high and must be lauded. The steed which Yama gave hath Trita harnessed, and him, the first of all, hath Inandra mounted. His bridle the Ganantaiva grasped. O Vasus, from out the sun ye fashioned forth the courser. Yama art thou, O horse. Thou art Aditya. Trita art thou by secret operation. Thou art divided thoroughly from Soma. They say thou hast 3 bonds in heaven that hold thee. 3 bonds they say thou hast in heaven that bind thee, 3 in the waters, 3 within the ocean. To me thou seemest Varuna, O courser, there where they say is thy sublimest birthplace. Here, courser, are the places where they groomed thee. Here are the traces of thy hoofs as winter. Here have I seen the auspicious reins that guide thee, which those who guard the holy law keep safely. Thyself from far I recognized in spirit, a bird that from below flew through the heaven. I saw thy head still soaring, striving upward by paths unsoiled by dust, pleasant to travel. Here I beheld thy form matchless in glory, eager to win thee food at the cow's station. Whenever a man brings thee to thine enjoyment, thou swallowest the plant's most greedy eater. After thee, courser, come the car, the bridegroom, the kind come after, and the charm of maidens. Though companies have followed for thy friendship, the pattern of thy bigger gods have copied. Horns made of gold hath he, his feet are iron, less fleet than he, though swift as thought is Inandrav. The gods have come that they may taste the oblation of him who mounted, first of all, the courser. Symmetrical in flank, with rounded haunches, mettled like heroes, the celestial coursers, put forth their strength like swans in lengthened order, when they, the steeds, have reached the heavenly causeway. A body formed for flight hast thou, O charger, swift as the wind in motion is thy spirit. Thy horns are spread abroad in all directions, they move with restless speed in wildernesses. The strong steed hath come forward to the slaughter, pondering with the mind directed Godward. The goat who is his kin is led before him, the sages and the singers follow after. The steed is come unto the noblest mansion, is come unto his father and his mother. This day shall he approach the gods most welcome, then he declares good gifts to him who offers. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break here. Okay. So I got about an hour left because I started at 30 minutes in the Sanskrit studies. Okay. And Sutra 19. Namaste. Drishyanam. Number 1. 2. Gunonam. Svarupa Pedavatara Nolta Vidamara Pyate. Vidamara Svarupa Pedavatara Nolta Vidamara Pyate. Svarupa Pedavatara Nolta Vidamara Pyate. Vishesho Vishesho Lingangamadra Lingangani. Vishesho Vishesho Lingangamadra Lingangani. Gunopaivanui. Tatraka Shabaivag Niu Daka Pumayo. Tatraka Shabaivag Tatraka Shabaivag Niu Daka. Tatraka Shabaivag Niu Daka Pumayo. Putani Shabudasupasha Rupara Sagananta Mananta Tanmatrano Visheshonam. Need to double check that. I'm pretty sure it's a B. Yup. Water to the rescue. Okay, here we go. Shabuda Spasharupara. Shabuda Spasharupara Sagananta. Shabuda Spasharupara Sagananta Tanan. Shabuda Spasharupara Sagananta. Shabuda Spasharupara Sagananta Tanan Matra. Shabuda Spasharupara Sagananta Mat. Shabuda Spasharupara Sagananta Tanan. 사가는 탔다는 맛 사가는 탔다는 맛 샤부다스 빠샤루 빠라 사가는 탔다는 맛들아 샤부다스 빠샤루 빠라 사가는 탔다는 샤부다스 빠샤루 빠라 사가는 탔다는 맛들아 너마 비샤쇼 놈 뭔 샤부다스 빠샤루 빠라 사가는 탔다는 맛 샤부다스 빠샤루 빠라 사가는 탔다는 맛들아 너마 비셰쇼 놈 비셰쇼 타타 슈로트라트 바크트라 바크짱 꾸슈 슐지흐바 크라노니 슈로트라트 바크짱 꾸슐지흐바 크라노니 슈로트라트 바크짜크 슐지흐바 슈로트라트 바크짜크 슐지흐바 크라노니 부드티는 드리야누이 바그바누이 바다바유 바스타흐 바그바누이 바다바유 바스타흐 I wanna double check that too. cool. And number 2. Basatani. Pakapanui padapayu basatanui. 갈면은드리아누이 에까다샴 마나흐 살발타무 이티에타니아스미타 라쿠쇼너시아 비셰쇼시아 이티에타니아스미타 라쿠쇼너시아 비셰쇼시아 비셰쇼흐 구노나메쇼 쇼더샤코 비셰쇼 파리노마흐. Wanna double check this spelling? Guna. Yeah, cool. Got it. Shodo bishesho tadiatan shabudatan matram spashatan matram rupatan matram rasatan matram ganantatan matram chati ekad vitri chatu hot pancha lakushono ekad vitri chatu ho pancha lakushono shabuda dayaho pancha bishesho shashirtashija bishesho shoshamita matra shashirtashija bishesho samita matra iti ete satata matra syatmano satata matra syatmano mahataho shoda vishesho parino maho yatata parama bishesho shwepyo yatata parama bisheshwepyo linga matram mahatatavam tasaminannate satata matre mahatyat manya sava basata mahatyat manya basataya viburutika shirto manupavananti Parati samsurojiyamana shicang tasminannava satata matre mahatyat manya savata mahatyat manya basataya yatatanan niho satatam yatatanan niho satatam niho sada sananira sada vyakata malingam niho sada sananira sada vyakata niho sada sananira sada vyakata malingam pratanam tatprati yananti. There's number 1. Yananti tatprati yananti iti. Yep, cool. Esho teshom lingangama traho parinomo niho satatam ja linganga parinoma iti linganga basatayam na purushalto hetulna linganga hetulna linganga basatayam purushal tata karanam bhavatiti na tasyaha purushal tata karanam bhavatiti na sao purushal takarutati nitya khyayate. Number 2. Nitya vyakhyayate Trayanam
뜨바바스타 비셰쇼노 마다오 부르셜 타탄 까라넘 바바티 사짱알토 햇둘니미트 땀 까라넘 바바티 디아니티아 키아야테 바바티 디아니티아 키아야테.
I'll say it one more time.
바바티 디아니티아 키아야테 구노스투 살바탈마누바티노 나 브라티아스타마니아는테 마야는테 브라티아스타마야는테 노빠자야는테 비아크티 피레바티 따나가타 비아야 가마바티 빌구너는 바이니 비루빠자나나 바야 탈마카 비아크티 피레바티 따나가타 비아야 가마바티 빌구너는 바이니 비루빠자나나 바야 탈마카. Almost. 비아크티 피레바티 따나가타 비아야 비아크티 피레바티 따나가타 비아야 가마바티 빌구너는 바이니 비루빠자나나 바야 탈마카. 바자나나 바자나 바자나 바자나나 바자나나 비아크티 피레바티 따나가타 비아야 가마바티 빌구너는 바이니 비루빠자나나 바야 바자나나 바자나나 비아크티 피레바티 따나가타 비아야 가마바티 빌구너는 바이니 비루빠자나나 바야 탈마카.
Okay, number 3. Jana. Just one na.
비아크티 피레바티 따나가타 비아야 가마바티 빌구너는 바이니 비루빠자나 바야 탈마카. 비아크티 피레바티 따나가타 비아야 가마바티 빌구너는 바이니 비루빠자나 바야 탈마카. 이바 브라티아바파 사는때 야타 데바다트토 바리드라티 다리드라티 가스마트 야토시안 무리하는데 가바 이티 가바메바 마라노 뜨타시안 다리드라넘 나 스바루 바하나 디티 사마흐 사마티흐 링은가마 뜨라마 링은가시아 브라티아 사는남 따뜨라 따뜨 삼스르 실덤 비비키아테 그라마나 티실 디브로트테흐 그라마나 디브로트테흐 따탄 셔더비셰슈어 링은가마 뜨레 삼스르 실더 비비키아는데 파리노 마크라마니 야마트 따탕 데시바 비셰슈에슈 부테는들이야 누이 삼스를 실더니 비비지않은데 따탕 쪼그땀 보라스땅아트 나 비셰슈에 피아흐 바람 따뜻바는 따라 마스티티 비셰슈놈 나스티 따뜻바는 따라 파리노마흐 대슈엄 두 탈말라쿠쇼노 바스타 파리노마 비아키아 이슈였는데.
I want to read the last verse again.
대슈엄 두 탈말라쿠쇼노 바스타 파리노마 탈말라쿠쇼노 바스타 파리노마 탈말라쿠쇼노 바스타 파리노마 비아키아 이슈였는데. This sutra is begun with the intent of determining the various forms of the aspects, the objects of sight. The particularized and the unparticularized, and the resoluble only and irresoluble primary matter are the divisions of the aspects. Of these, the elements air and wind and fire and water and earth are the particularized. Of the unparticularized, fine elements, sound and touch and color and taste and smell. Similarly, the organs of the thinking substance are ear and skin and eye and tongue and nose, and the organs of action, voice and hands and feet, and organ of excretion, and organ of generation. And as the 11th, the central organ, which has all kinds of things as its intended object. These are the particularized of the unparticularized, which is characterized as having the feeling of personality. This is the 16-fold mutation of the aspects. The unparticularized are 6, namely the fine element of sound, and the fine element of touch, and the fine element of color, and the fine element of taste, and the fine element of smell. Thus, as we know, sound and the rest with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 distinguishing characteristics are 5 unparticularized. And the 6th is that of which we can only say that it is the feeling of personality. These are the 6 unparticularized forms of the great thinking substance, of whose being we can only say that it exists. That which is prior to the unparticularized is that of which we can only say that it is resoluble, the great substance. Remaining in this great being, of which all that we can say is that it exists, these unparticularized experience the limit of development. And reversing the process of creation, they remain in that same great being of which all that we can say is that it exists, and revert to that which has neither existence nor non-existence, from which both existence and non-existence have been removed, from which non-existence has been removed, to the unphenomenalized and unresoluble primary cause. This is the mutation of these aspects, and that which has neither existence nor non-existence is the mutation which is unresoluble. So the purpose of the self is not the reason for the unresoluble state. Since the fact that the self has a purpose is not known at the beginning as the cause of the state unresoluble, therefore the fact that the self has a purpose is not a cause of this. And since that state is not affected by the purpose of the self, it is called permanent. But at the beginning of the 3 states that are particularized, the fact that the self has a purpose is known to be the cause. And this purpose is known to act as purpose and as efficient cause. Hence this state is called impermanent. But the aspects which conform themselves to all kinds of external aspects neither cease to be nor come into being, but appear as if they had the properties of coming into existence and passing out of existence, and of passing out of existence by reason of the phenomenalized forms, past and yet to come, going and coming, inseparably connected with the aspects. As for example, we say Devadatta is poor. Why? Because his cows are dying. Since his poverty is due to the dying of his cows and not to his loss of himself, the parallel applies. That of which we can only say that it is resoluble is next to that which is irresoluble. Formed therein, it becomes distinguished from it, since the order is not transgressed. Likewise, the 6 unparticularized, formed in that of which we can only say that it is resoluble, become distinguished because the order of mutations is fixed. Similarly, the elements and organs formed in these unparticularized become distinguished, as has been already described. There is no other entity beyond the particularized, so there is no mutation into any other entity beyond the particularized, but their mutation into external aspect and time variation and intensity are to be explained later. Okay, I might take a short break. I'm gonna do maybe a couple more sutras. We're halfway done as far as the length goes. Okay, so let me take a break here. Is there anything else going on in the world? Let me read you the headlines some more. 9 medal stars we've lost in 2024. 17 surprising traits of truly intelligent people. Japan discovers massive treasure trove worth over $26 billion, enough to support the economy for years. Wow. Discover 15 plants that mimic animal behaviors. How Thanksgiving became a national holiday in the United States. 49 tasty vegan recipes everyone will love. Yay! 6 famous outlaws of the Wild West. Man finds rare 89 million year old tooth of ancient hunter in Texas cave. Bidet and Japanese toilets, are they worth it? NASA discovers secret US military base buried 100 foot deep in Greenland ice. 50 fun Thanksgiving trivia questions. 16 CGI disasters, the embarrassing moments in movie history. MLB news, former Astros Japanese LHP signs $63 million deal with Mike Trout's Angels. Okay, I'm ready. Oh, it's no longer Ragu Veda. I always do this. So I'll do this for another 20 minutes and then I'll do Bhagavad Gita. Namaste. Vyakyatam Durushyamata Durashatuha Sivarupa Bataranol Tamidamara Pyate. I feel like I've done it. Why do I feel like that? Because it's the same. Yeah, huh. Interesting. Sorry. Svarupa Vatara Svarupa Vatara Nol Tamidamara Pyate Drashita Drishima Draha Shudutopi Shudukopi Shudutopi Pratyayanu Pratyayanu sorry Drishima Dra Iti Drikushakatireva Visheshono Paramurshadwatyaltaha Sa Purusho Buduteha Prati Sambedi Sa Budutelna Sarupo Na Dyanandam Pirupa Iti Na Tabat Sarupaha Kasmat Jinyata Vishayatvat Parinomini. One more. Jinyata Vishayatvat Parinomini. Hi Budutiha Tasya Shecham Bishoyo Gava Tilkato Deva. Number 1. Dishajam Gava Tilkato Tishajam Jinyata Shajam Jinyata Shajati Jinyata Shajati Parinomitam Dashayati Sada Jinyata Vishayatavam Tu Purushasya Parinomitam Pariti Payati Kasmat Nahi Buddhishya Nama Purusha Vishayashya Syada Guruhita. Number 2. Oh crap. I have to go back and do. I missed Dilchinyata. Dilchinyata. Gabadilka. Gabatilkato Dil. Dilchinya. Gabadilkato. Gabatilkato. Gabatilkato Dilchinyata Shicha. Jinyata Shichati. Right. Gabatilkato Diljinyata Gabatilkato Diljinyata Shicha Jinyata Shichati Gabatilkato Diljinyata Shicha Jinyata Shichati Parinomitavam Dashayati. Sorry about that. Sada Jinyata Vishayatavam Tu Purushasya Parinomitavam Paridi Payati Kasmat Nahi Buddhishya Nama Purusha Vishayashya Syada Guruhita. And now number 2. Syada Vahita Prahita. Grahita Syada Vahita Grahita Syada Vahita Grahita Prahita Che Syada Vahita Prahita Syada Vahita Grahita. That's the correct alternative version. Jati. Okay. Siadvahita gura guru. Siadvahita guru hita. And then number 3. Ta je. Guruhita jati siddhatam purushasya sada jinyata vishoyatvam tatashicha parino mitvamiti tatashicha parino mitvamiti kim cha paraltha buddhitiha samhatyakaritvat svaltah purusha iti tata sarvaltha tyavasa yataka yakatva katarikuno sarvaltha tyavasa yakatva sarvaltha tyavasa yakatva katarikuno buddhitisadari gunatva da jatanati buddhitisadari gunatva da jatanati Gunonam tu padrashita purusha ityato na sarupah. Sorry. Do I want to check this? Not really. Asutu tarhi virupa iti na natyanantam virupah kasamat shudutopyasao Pratyayamupashyo yatah Pratyayam Baudhamanupashyati. I'm good. Tamanupashyana tadatamapi tadatamaka iva pratyavapasate tata jokatama aparino mini hi pokuturi shakatira prati samkrama cha parino mini alte prati samkranan teva tadupurutati manu patati tasya shicha prapata chaitanyopagaraharupaya prapata chaitanyopagaraharupaya buddhitivurutatara nukarama buddhitivurutatya visheshata. I want to read this. I'm not distracted. Tasya shicha prapata chaitanyopagaraharupaya buddhitivurutatara nukarama tarataya buddhitivurutatya visheshata. Number 1. Sorry about that. Buddhitivurutatya visheshata hi jnana buddhitiritya buddhitivurutatya visheshata hi jnana buddhitiritya khyayate. Okay. Sorry, repeating myself over and over and over. The object of sight has been explained. Now the sutra is introduced with the intent of determining what the seer as such is. The seer, who is nothing but seeing, although undefiled, looks upon the presented idea. Who is nothing but seeing means who is nothing but the power of seeing untouched by any qualifications. This self becomes conscious by reflection of the thinking substance. He is not homogeneous with the thinking substance, nor utterly heterogeneous. Why is not even heterogeneous? Because the thinking substance is not something that enters into mutations, inasmuch as an object is known or not known. And the fact that an object, for instance, a cow or a water jar, is sometimes known and sometimes not known, proves that the thinking substance is something which enters into mutations. Whereas the fact that, in the case of the self, its object is always known, proves that the self does not enter into mutations. Why? Because it surely is not possible for the thinking substance to be an object to the self, and at the same time be something now comprehended and something again not comprehended. Hence it is proved that the self always knows its object. And from this it follows that the self does not enter into mutations. Moreover, the thinking substance exists for the sake of another, since it acts by combining causes, whereas the self exists for its own sake. Thus, the thinking substance is a complex of the three aspects because it determines each thing. And since it consists of the three aspects, it is inanimate. The self, on the other hand, is that which later beholds the aspects. Hence it is not homogeneous with. Then suppose the self to be heterogeneous. It is not utterly heterogeneous. Why? Because though pure in itself, the self beholds the presented ideas, that is to say, it beholds that, which is a presented idea of thinking substance. Looking upon this, the self seems to be it, although it really is not it. And in this sense it has been said, for the power of the enjoyer enters not into mutation, nor unites. Seeming to unite with the thing in mutation, it conforms itself to the fluctuation. And it is commonly termed the fluctuation of the thinking substance, insofar as it resembles a fluctuation of thinking substance that has come under the influence of intelligence. Okay, I kind of want to do another one. Should I do another one, or should I just do Bhagavad Gita? I'll do one more. Tadalta eva durishyasya atma durishiru pasya purushasya kaimaru patama padanam. Number 2. Kaimabi shoyata pa kaimabi shoyata pa kaimabi shoya kaimabi shoyata kaimabi shoyata ma pananam durushyati durushyamiti tadalta eva durushyasya Sivan Pavati Sivarupam Pavati Dyaltaha. Number 4. Tatta Sivarupam Sivarupam Tu Pura Pararu Pararupeno Pratilabhatatamakam Poga Babaigai Tatayam Poga Babaigai Tatayam Kurutayam Purushweno Na Durishyata Iti Sivaru Bahana Dasya Sivaru Bahana Dasya. Number 1. Na Durishyana Sivaru Pahana Durishyana Shah. vinashaha praputo na tu vinashyati. I'm gonna double check. What was I checking? Oh yeah, this was about Alright, I can't find no alternative. Never mind. Maybe this one is. It's only an alternative, but I want to find out what the truth is. What is the real version, if they still exist? If the original version was right in front of me, it'll make it at least 20 times easier. There's no such thing anymore. Alright, never mind. Sorry, it's a waste of time. The being of the object of sight is only for the sake of it. Since the object of sight is changed insofar as it becomes the object of the action of the self, with so much seeing, the being of the object of sight, that is to say, the object of sight itself, exists only for the sake of the self. But inasmuch as it is itself only so long as it has acquired its being as having the form of another, it is not seen by the self when once it has accomplished the purpose of the self, experience and liberation. So by escaping from itself it attains cessation, but it does not early cease to be. Kinda wanna do one more. Maybe I'll do one more because the next one is long. I'm not up for that one, so I'll just do one more here. 22. Kasmat Kurtal Tam Prati Nashitam Apya Nashitam Tadanya Sathara Notuvat Tadanya Sathara Notuvat Kurtal Tamekam Purusham Prati Turushyam Nashitam Api Nasham Praputam Apya Nashit Praputam Apya Nashitam Tadanya Purusha Sathara Notuvat Tadanya Purusha Sathara Notuvat Kushalam Purusham Prati Nasham Praputamapya Praputamapya Kushalanam Purushanam Prati Pratyakara Praputamapya Kushalanam Purushanam Pratyakurtal Tamiti Pratyakurtal Praputamapya Kushalanam Purushanam Pratyakurtal Tamiti. Yeah, got it. Cool. Na Kurutal Tamiti Deshum Durusheha Kalma Vishoyatama Pananam Lapata Eva Pararu Peno Tumaru Pamapi Miti Pararu Peno Tuma Pararu Peno Tumaru Pamiti No na Tuma Pararu Peno na Tumaru Pamiti Pararu Peno na Tumami Pararu Peno ma Tumaru Pamiti Atashe-chan Durugu Daishana Shakti Yoreka Shakti Yor Nityatavadana Tihu Durugu Daishana Shakti Yor Durugu Daishana Shakti Yor Nityatavadana Tihu Durugu Daishana Shakti Yor Durugu Daishana Shakti Durugu Daishana Shakti Yor Nityatavadana Tihu Durugu Daishana Durugu Daishana Shakti Yor Nityatavadana Tihu Samyogo Vyakhyata Iti Tatan Jogatamu Taimino Manadi Samyoga de Taimamatrano Mapyanadihu Taimino Manadi Samyoga de Taimamatrano Mapyanadihu Samyoga Iti. I want to say it again. Tatan Jogatamu Taimino Manadi Samyoga de Taimamatrano Mapyanadihu Samyoga Iti. Taimino Manadi Samyoga de Taimamatrano Mapyanadihu Samyoga Iti. Sorry, thanks for bearing with me. Why? Though it has ceased in the case of one whose purpose is accomplished, it has not ceased to be, since it is common to others. Although the object of sight has ceased, insofar as oneself whose purpose has been accomplished is concerned, it has not ceased to be, because it is common to others besides him. Although it has ceased so far as one fortunate man is concerned, it has not ceased in the case of unfortunate men, since their purpose has not been fulfilled. So for these persons it becomes the object of the action for seeing and receives its form of being as having the form of another. And therefore, since the power of seeing and the power by which one sees are permanent, the conjunction is said to be from time without beginning. And in this sense it has been said, the substances being in correlation from time without beginning, the external aspects in general are also in correlation from time without beginning. Okay, so that's enough sutras and the comments for today. I wanna do Bhagavad Gita. Let me take a break. It's 28 verses long, but been reading Bhagavad Gita for a while now. Probably like 6 months. Probably 6, 7, 8 months. Every day. 5-6 days a week. Okay. Running out. Today is Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday. Tomorrow's already hump day, whatever they call it. Okay, here we go. Namaste. Ata sabudada shotya yah. Shiradata taraya vipaga yoga. Arjuna uvacha. Ye shasatara vitimutu sarojya yajanante shiradataya vitah. Teshum dishutha dukka kurishuna satatavamaho rajasatamaha. Shri Bhagavan uvacha. Trivita pavati shiradata dehinam sa svapavaja. Satataviki rajasi jaiva tamasi jati tam shirano. Satatavanurupā sarvasya shiradata pavati parata. Shiradata mayoyam purusho yo yajacharadataha sa eva saha. Yajanante satatavika devanyakusharakushamsi. Devanyakusharakushamsi rajasaha. Pratanam putakanam shijanye yajanante tamasa janaha. Ashansatara vihitam koram tapyanante ye tapo janaha. Tamam pahangangara samyukataha. Kamaraga balanam vitaha. Kamaraga balanam vitaha. Kaishayanantaha sharirasatam putagrama machatasaha. Putagrama machatasaha. Mam jaivanantaha sharirasatam tanam vidatya surat nishichayan. Tanam vidatya sura tanam vidatya sura nishichayan. Aharasatvapi sarvasya trivito pavati priyaha. Yajñasatapasatata tanam teshom pedamimam shrunu. Ayuha satatva bala rogya sukhapriti vivartanaha. Ayuha satatva bala rogya sukhapriti vivartanaha. Rasyaha sunigataha satira hurudya aharaha satatavikapriyaha. Kattava mulalavano tiyushanoti kushinoru kushavidahinaha. Kattava mulalavano tiyushano. Kattava mulalavano tiyushanoti kushinoru kushavidahinaha. Ahara rajasasya shita. Tuhakashokamaya pradaha. Tuhakashokamaya pradaha. Yatayamam katarasam puti pariyushvitam cha yat. Uchachishitamapi jometyam mojanam tamasapriyam. Apala goshi piriajinyo. Apala goshi piriajinyo. Vitidirishatvo ya ijiate. Vitidirishatvo ya ijiate. Sorry. Yashirtavyamavati manaha samataya sa satatavikaha apisanantaya tu palam tamampal tamapi jaiva yat ijyate paratashireshurta tam yajinyam vidati rajasama Vitihi namasarashirtananam Vitihi namasarashirtananam manantarahi namadakushvinam Shiradata virahitam yajinyam tamasam parichakushate Devad Vijaguru Prajinya Pujanam Shauchama Javam Devad Vijaguru Prajinya Pujanam Shauchama Javam Brahmacharya Mahimsa Cha Shariram Tapa Uchyate Anudubegakaram Bhagyam Satyam Puriyahitam Cha Yat Svathyaya Pyasanam Chaiva Bhangamayam Tapa Uchyate Manah Prasadah Saumyatvam Maunamatma Vinigrahah Bhava Samshuddhati Ritya Tattapo Bhava Samshuddhati Ritya Tattapo Mana Samuchyate Shradataya Paraya Tapatam Tapasatattarivitam Niraiha Apala Kang Koshi Piriyukataiha Satatavikam Parichakushate Satakaramana Pujal Tam Tapo Tamampena Chaiva Yat Kriyate Tadiha Prokatam Rajasam Jalamaturubam Muthagrahena Tamano Yatapi Doya Kriyate Tapah Parasyot Sadhanal Tam Ba Tatatama Samuda Hurtama Tatavyamiti Yadadanam Tiyatenupakarinue Deshe Kale Cha Patre Cha Tadadanam Satatavikam Smurtama Yatatu Pratyupakaraltam Palamududishya Va Punah Diyate Cha Pariklishatam Tadadanam Rajasam Smurtama Adeshakale Yadadanama Patre Pyashicha Diyate Asatakurtama Bajinyatam Tatatama Sutta Tatatama Samuda Tatatama Samuda Hurtama Tatasaditi Nildesho Brahmanasatri Vitah Smurtah Brahmano Sutana Vedashacha Yajinyashacha Vihitah Pura Tasma Domitiuda Hurtia Yajinyadana Tapah Kriyah Pravaltanante Vitanokatah Satatam Brahmavadinam Tadityana Pisanantaya Palam Yajinyatapah Kriyah Dana Kriyashacha Vivitah Kriyanante Mokushakang Shwipih Mokushakang Kushwipih Sadupave Cha Saditya Tat Parayujiate Parashasate Kaimanui Tata Sacha Chabudah Paita Yujiate Nyajinye tapasi tane cha sthitiho saditi chochiate kalma chaiva tadaltiyam saditieva pitiyate Ashiraditaya hutam tatatam tapasitapatam kuratam cha yat Asaditi uchiate partha na cha tatapratya no iha Tatu saditi Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Supanishatusu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Sambhade Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yogo Nama Saptadashotyayah Namaste. Okay, just wrapping up. That was the last reading of Sanskrit for the day. I mean, I'll chant later, but they're not reciting shlokas. Arjuna said, what is the state, O Krishna, of those who, abandoning the ordinances of the scriptures, perform sacrifices and deal with faith? Is it one of goodness or passion or darkness? The Holy One said, the faith of embodied is of three kinds. It is born of their natures. It is good, passionate, and dark. Hear now these. The faith of one Oparata is conformable to his own nature. A being here is full of faith, and whatever is one's faith, one is even that. They that are of the quality of goodness worship the gods. They that are of the quality of passion, the yakshas and the rakshas. Other people that are of the quality of darkness worship departed spirits and hosts of bhuts. Those people who practice severe ascetic austerities not ordained by the scriptures, given up to hypocrisy and pride, and endue with desire, attachment, and violence, those persons possessed of no discernment, torturing the groups of organs in the bodies, and me also seated within the bodies, should be known to be of demoniac resolves. Food which is dear to all is of three kinds. Sacrifice, penance, and gifts are likewise. Listen to their distinctions as follows. Those kinds of food that increase life's period, energy, strength, health, well-being, joy, which are savory, oleaginous, nutritive, and agreeable, are liked by the good. Those kinds of food which are bitter, sour, salted, overhot, pungent, dry, and burning, and which produce pain, grief, and disease, are desired by the passionate. The food which is cold, without savor, stinking, corrupt, which is even refuse, and filthy and dear to men of darkness, is dear to men of darkness. Sorry, I want to change the position. It bugs me for some reason. That a sacrifice is good, which being prescribed by the ordinance is performed by persons without any longing for the fruit, and the mind being determined that its performance is a duty. But that which is performed in expectation of fruit, and even for the sake of ostentation, know that sacrifice, O chief of the sons of Bharata, to be of the quality of passion. That sacrifice which is against the ordinance, in which no food is dealt out, which is devoid of mantras, in which no fees are paid to the Brahmanas assisting at it, and which is void of faith, is said to be of the quality of darkness. Reverence to the gods, regenerate ones, preceptors, and men of knowledge, purity, uprightness, the practices of a brahmacharin, and abstention from injury, are said to constitute the penance of the body. The speech which causeth no agitation, which is true, which is agreeable and beneficial, and the diligent study of the Vedas, are said to be the penance of speech. Serenity of the mind, gentleness, taciturnity, self-restraint, and purity of the disposition, these are said to be the penance of the mind. This threefold penance performed with perfect faith by men without desire of fruit, and with devotion, is said to be of the quality of goodness. The penance which is performed for the sake of respect, honor, and reverence, with hypocrisy, which is unstable and transient, is said to be of the quality of passion. The penance which is performed under a deluded conviction, with torture of oneself, and for the destruction of another, is said to be of the quality of darkness. That gift which is given because it ought to be given to one who cannot return any service for it, in a proper place, at a proper time, and to a proper person, is said to be of the quality of goodness. That, however, which is given reluctantly for return of services, or even with an eye to fruit, that gift is said to be of the quality of passion. In an unfit place and an unfit time, the gift that is made to an unworthy object, without respect and with contempt, is said to be of the quality of darkness. Tat, Sat, this is said to be the threefold designation of Brahma. By that, the Brahmanas and the Vedas and the sacrifices were ordained of old. Therefore, uttering the syllable the sacrifices, gifts, and penances prescribed by the ordinance of all utterers of Brahma begin. Uttering Tat, the various rites of sacrifice, penance, and gifts, without expectation of fruit, are performed by those that are desirous of deliverance. Sat is employed to denote existence and goodness. Likewise, also in Brata, the word Sat is used in any auspicious act. Constancy in sacrifices, in penances, and in gifts is also called Sat, and an act too for the sake of that is called Sat. Whatever oblation is offered, whatever is given away, whatever penance is performed, whatever is done without faith, is Osana Brata, said to be the opposite of Sat, and that is not both here and hereafter. Okay, it's pretty good timing. Alright, I'm gonna have brunch, and then do yoga after half an hour of resting at least, if not more. Thank you very much. Namaste.